You're lying in bed at 2 a.m. Everyone else is asleep, and you're watching a documentary about a serial killer. And instead of feeling disturbed, you feel completely fine. What does that say about you? Every psychologist who has studied true crime, audiences has found the same thing. The people who watch the darkest content are statistically some of the most empathetic, most self-aware humans on the planet. Not the least, so why does society tell you something's wrong with you? Because they don't understand what your brain is actually doing at 2 a.m. And once I tell you, you'll never feel guilty about it again. But first, I need to tell you something about your brain that most neuroscientists won't say out loud. Your brain cannot tell the difference between watching someone get murdered and actually being there, not metaphorically, neurologically. In 2011, UCLA researchers scanned the brains of true crime viewers during violent footage. Their amygdala, the brain's threat detection center, fired identically to people experiencing real danger. Heart rate up, cortisol spiking, fight or flight fully activated. Your brain wasn't watching a documentary, it was running a live simulation. But here's the part that will genuinely disturb you. The viewers whose brains reacted most intensely to the violence, they scored highest on empathy tests. Because the same wiring that makes you deeply feel other people's pain is the exact same wiring that won't let you look away from their worst moments. You're not watching because you enjoy suffering. You're watching because your brain genuinely feels it. Now, here's the second reason, and this one is darker. Psychologists call it terror management. Your brain takes the most uncontrollable thing in the world, violent death, and turns it into something it can study, predict, prepare for. And the people who never watch dark content, studies show they have higher anxiety about death and violence in real life because their brain never ran the drill. Yours did. So let me tell you what you actually are. You're not morbid. You're not broken. You're not someone with dark taste. You are someone whose brain refused to be naive about the world. And in a society that rewards ignorance and calls it innocence, that is rare. Every 2 a.m. documentary session wasn't wasted time. It was your brain running threat simulations, learning patterns, profiling behavior, building the instincts that most people never develop, the same instincts that make you read a room faster than anyone else, that make you trust your gut when something feels off, that make you harder to manipulate, harder to fool, harder to become a victim. You weren't being weird. You were training. And the most dangerous thing about you? You don't even realize how prepared you are. Follow Dark Mind because the darkest questions always have the most fascinating answers. Subscribe and like if this one explains something you always felt but couldn't say out loud.